Alright, so in this equation, I'm going to be solving 3 to the power of x is equal to x to the power of 9. So, to solve this, what I'm first going to do is take the power of 1 over 9x on both sides. So I get 3 to the power of x to the power of 1 over 9x is equal to x to the power of 9 to the power of 1 over 9x. And if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So 3 to the power of x to the power of 1 over 9x is going to equal 3 to the power of x times 1 over 9x. And this is going to equal x to the power of 9 times 1 over 9x. Now x and x in the denominator here cancel out. So I get 3 to the power of 1 over 9 is equal to x to the power of 9 and 9 cancel out, 1 over x. Now, one over 9 is the same thing as 3 over 27. So now I can rewrite this as 3 to the power of 3 to the power of 1 over 27 is equal to x to the power of 1 over x. And 3 to the power of 3, well, that's equal to 27. So I get 27 to the power of 1 over 27 is equal to x to the power of 1 over x. And notice how these two are in the same form. A number to the power of 1 over that same number, meaning x is equal to 27. So now to check, I can plug this into my equation. 3 to the power of x is equal to x to the power of 9. X is equal to 27, so I get 3 to the power of 27 is equal to 27 to the power of 9. And 27 is the same thing as 3 to the power of 3. So I get 3 to the power of 27 is equal to 3 to the power of 3 to the power of 9, which is equal to 3 to the power of 27 is equal to 3 to the power of 3 times 9. And 3 times 9 is 27, so I get 3 to the power of 27 is equal to 3 to the power of 27. And this is right, so my solution over here is right as well. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be solving the equation 25 to the power of x minus 5 to the power of x is equal to 20. So to solve this equation, I'm going to first start by subtracting 20 on both sides. So these two cancel out, and I get 25 to the power of x minus 5 to the power of x minus 20 is equal to 0. Now 25 to the power of x, I can rewrite this as 5 squared to the power of x. So I have this minus 5 to the power of x minus 20 is equal to 0. And now from here, if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is the same thing as a to the power of m times n. And a to the power of m times n, I can rewrite as a to the power of n times m. So if a to the power of m times n is equal to a to the power of m to the power of n, then a to the power of n times m should equal a to the power of n to the power of m. So 5 to the power of 2 to the power of x is going to equal 5 to the power of x to the power of 2. Now I have this minus 5 to the power of x minus 20 is equal to 0. And now I'm going to let 5 to the power of x is equal to y, so I get y squared minus y minus 20 is equal to 0. Now, to solve this, I'm going to be using the quadratic formula, which is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So in this case, a is 1, b is -1, and c is -20. So I get y equals -1 plus or minus the square root of b squared, so -1 squared, which is +1, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is -20, all over 2a, so 2 times 1. And this is equal to 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 plus 80 over 2, which is equal to 1 plus or minus the square root of 81 over 2. And the square root of 81 is equal to 9. So I get y is equal to 1 plus or minus 9 over 2. Now this gives me two solutions. I get y equals 1 plus 9 over 2, and y equals 1 minus 9 over 2. So 1 plus 9 is 10, and 10 divided by 2 is 5, so I get y equals 5 as one solution, and 1 minus 9 is -8. -8 over 2 is -4, so y equals -4 is another solution. Now from here, remember how we let 5 to the power of x equal to y. So this means I get two solutions. 5 to the power of x is equal to 5, and 5 to the power of x is equal to -4. So let's look at this equation over here. 5 to the power of x equals -4. Well, we can't take the power of a positive number and turn it into a negative number, meaning this equation has no solution. And for 5 to the power of x equals 5, to solve this, what most people do is, for other exponential equations, we would have to take the log and do a bunch of other stuff. But as over here, we could just see 5 to the power of 1 is going to equal 5, because anything to the power of 1 is itself. So this is my solution.